Love that encourages. Jonathan encourages David. We are going to make a bookmark, and you get to keep one and then make an extra one to share with a friend or with friends with a message that can encourage them. Okay? So you'll need to pay attention to a few facts, and these are the facts. When we use the printout paper, the usual printout paper, this is the end result and it is not as firm. So I recommend using manila paper or embossed paper. Okay, basically it's best if you have two separate colors so that you can see where the folding happens and you don't get too mixed up on what fold to do. Okay, now you will need the manila paper or embossed paper. For the helpers, because I believe this will be for grade 3 and grade 4, essentially you need the strips of paper should be 1 centimeter wide. They can be as long as you need. If you had a longer paper or lengthier paper, then you can still work with that. But essentially for now, all the strips should be at least 1 centimeter wide. Okay, so you have, in this case, I have yellow, 2 per child, and then I have the black. So you start off with 4 strips. Okay, and we are aiming for something close to this. Now you need to pay attention to how you fold, or even let's start from the very beginning, and you'll see why it's essential for you to have 2 separate colors, not just for the effect but also for you to know what you're folding. Okay, so you have your 2 strips, similar color. In this case for me, I have yellow. So you'll take and you form, this is where you can use your math, and you form a right angle, or you join them at the very end. Okay, so let me remove the other scraps that I had cut out earlier so that you can have space. Okay, so you have that, and then you take your, in this case for me it is black. You take your next piece of paper or strip of paper, and then just below the next one you have it there and you glue it into position. Then you still have your other paper. You come right here, and then still on the black you have that. So you're just aligning them and you allow it to just, so we have it that way, glued into position. All right, now this is where you pay attention. For some of the videos I've seen, you can glue as you go, or you just make it and to be firm and then you glue at the end. So this is where you start off. Apologies. You take your yellow and then you fold. You see where the black, where it meets the black, you fold it down so it forms that triangle. And then you come to your left and you will fold. So you have to be patient. You fold that way. Can you see the pattern forming? I like that. Okay, so then you see why it's important for you to have 2 separate colors. So now with the black, you just align it, okay, and then you get your black strip and you're aligning it that way. So fold it down. What if you wanted to, you can glue it into position, but it still holds its position even though you don't glue. Okay, so if you can make one, and then if you want to glue, you can do that. And then now what is the next one? Yellow. So you just fold it. There we go. And then pardon the glue stains. And then you keep doing that over and over again. So I'll try and speed up. Okay. So you just continue the weaving or the folding in this case. So you just go, in that case you have the black, and then we have the black, and then we now have the yellow, and then we have yellow again. So we are nearing the end, and then you just fold, and now we have the loose ends or at the end, and you can see the pattern is forming. It looks beautiful, especially if you have the different colors. So now at the end you add your glue, and then you stick, add your glue, and then you stick, and then you can cut off this edge so that you now have your craft. Yay! Clap for yourself. Good. So you see, you can either keep it that way. So you have made one for yourself, one for, and you see with an A4 paper, these A4 papers, you can cut quite a lot of strips, isn't it? So you can make one if you need to glue again, like this one, it wants a little bit more glue. So now you can decorate it. Either you can write a few words, or you can get a piece of paper and you write a message here. So you still have the pattern at the back, and then now you can write a message, either a Bible verse that encourages your friend. It can be the lesson of the day. So basically you can decorate it as you wish, and you will have had your different, let me just put that one there, your different paper bookmarks. And I'm hoping that it will be an enjoyable experience. And because you have the rest of the paper, you can make as many, and then with the different colors you'll come up with a beautiful design. Okay, so I hope you enjoy your craft, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.